Hello, awesome teacher here with some information on how to format your Works Cited page because you were wicked excited to do that the other day. So I'm just going to take you step by step. You open your Microsoft Word document. First you want to, let's see, what should we do first? Let's do spacing, line spacing. So I'll just go to my line spacing options. I set everything to 0. What this does is prevent there being any extra spaces in between entries, right? And then for line spacing, we set it at double. All right. And then Control E or center will center your thing where you just type Works Cited. Alright, so the problem here is that this version of Microsoft uses something other than Times New Roman, so I have to set the font Times New Roman 12. Okay, and I should be good to go. Control L will bring me to the left, and I left a line. Alright, so I have an alphabetical list, so let's do the first one. Bloom, Harold. I'm doing this all by hand. You're probably copy and pasting from EasyBib, but whatever you do should wind up looking the same. To print. Okay. So let's say that's kind of a short entry. So sometimes they run on for 2 or 3. So now here's where we get to the hanging indent business. So this crazy thing up here, which you usually use probably to set your margins, is actually where you set your hanging indent. So you can set it before you even start typing, or you can highlight whatever you already have done and set your hanging indent then. So what a hanging indent is instead of an indent where you just hit tab and it indents the first line, a hanging indent indents every line after the first line. It's kind of like a reverse indent. So I'm going to do it like this. I highlight everything, and if I place my cursor or my arrow in the exact spot, it'll come up as hanging indent. So it's not this little square that will indent everything. Instead, I just want to set my hanging indent. So I'm just going to move this little guy right here, and I'm going to put it to a 1/2 inch right there. Okay, so now every time I have, if I hit enter, it'll go all the way to the left, and I can type. And when I don't hit enter, you'll see what happens. When I get to the end of a line, it will automatically indent every line until I hit enter again, and then it will go all the way to the left again. So that's how you do a hanging indent. My margins are set at 1 inch. I noticed that some of you guys had like 1/2 inch margins. I don't know if that was from messing around with the margin stuff, but you can set margins by going to page layout, margins, and then you want everything to be 1 inch, depending on which version of Microsoft you use. Sometimes it does like 1.25 or something like that. You don't want that. Everything's set to 1 inch. Nothing bold, nothing big. Your Works Cited page, when it's attached to your research paper, will eventually have the same header and footer as the rest of your research paper. So in my version of Microsoft Word, I go to Insert Header. I choose that. Again, I make sure that it's in Times New Roman 12. I type in my last name. Why didn't it go to Times New Roman 12? I don't know. Insert, page number, top of page. Ugh. Alright, here's my name again. And then I want to push it all the way over to the right. So it says page 1, but obviously when this is attached to a 15-page research paper, it will say page 16. Alright, so that is how you do a hanging indent, how you set margins, how you change line spacing, and get rid of extra line spacing. That is all.